Well, today's the day. We're taking Monet to the Animal Referral Hospital to have his cataracts removed. Now, cataracts effectively make a dog blind, and although he can go from place to place through smell and instinct, as you can see, Monet's a bit of a danger to himself if left unattended. Last week, ARH specialist ophthalmologist Jeff Smith gave us a bit of a scare.
Okay, interestingly enough, I hadn't noticed this before, but there is a chance that his lenses are quite loose.
I can tell you it was a bit of a heart-stopping moment for Kay and myself, but probably better that our expectations weren't too high, just in case. Anyway, finally, we were given a date for the operation. Okay, well, I've never been that keen on hospitals, but there really is something about ARH and its warm and friendly staff that make you instantly feel they care. I guess because they're pet owners too.
This is Monet for his cataract surgery.
Beautiful. All right, just take a seat. I'll let Jeff know that you're here.
Thank you very much.
And what's been really good about all this is that our specialist ophthalmic surgeon Jeff Smith goes to great lengths to explain every step of the way in his calm and caring manner.
Okay, you might remember that we've examined Monet and we've found that he has dense cataracts.
It all started to make sense once he described what was happening to Monet and how the operation would actually be performed.
And the lens is cloudy, and so looking through this cloudy lens is like looking through a cloudy window. Before we do surgery today, I do want to conduct one more test, an ultrasound exam.
Why is that?
Well, I guess it's better to be sure, right?
Okay, this is Kylie.
Hi, Kylie.
Brian.
Hi.
This is Kylie, my nurse. And Monet, of course. Monet's got hyper-mature cataracts, and they may be subluxated. So we're going to perform an ultrasound exam now, Kyle.
Yep.
If you want to get ready for that, why don't you warm the machine up, and we'll get started. So it'll be similar to the first one. Down here you can see that there is a smooth white line separating the black from the white, and that's where the retina sits, and there's no loss of regularity here, which if it were present would indicate the retina being detached. So this is quite a nice example of a normal pair of eyes.
So thankfully the ultrasound was all good, meaning Monet had a reasonably good chance of pulling through and eventually being able to see again. Now, as I've mentioned on the Pet Talk Radio website, the Animal Referral Hospital has given us unprecedented access to video the entire process from start to finish, including the actual operation. So what you're seeing here, and in some more video we'll be showing you, is not what every pet parent gets to see. It's a pretty busy place and it looks a lot like a normal emergency hospital, except there's animals being looked after, including Monet, now being prepared for surgery.
It's anaesthetic. You'll start to go to sleep.
Well, as the anaesthetic gently enters his body, our dear little Monet goes off to sleep, peacefully and comfortably. No fuss at all. Okay, well, given we'd just had him looking beautiful a few days earlier, I'm hoping our groomer Christine isn't watching this after all her hard work.
It's pretty special. I know I look pretty baggy with the hat on, but I enjoyed it, and I'm able to help put away a little bit of his hair when he gets ready for his operation. I'm so excited about the idea that he might be able to see us again. More importantly, see his world again and interact with it again. We've been able to do that for ages, and it'd be great to see that he can go further than just the end of the road without getting freaked out and wanting to come back home again.
And yes, that's a vacuum cleaner. Who'd have thought?
Just getting rid of all the hair. Doesn't contaminate the site.
Well, at last we're ready. Monet's prepared. We're prepared. This is it. Monet is taken into the operating theatre. Just walking around here, the surroundings remind you of any modern hospital facility, except they look after animals. Once we're inside the operating theatre, ophthalmic nurse Kylie has set up and checked everything, and Jeff is finally ready to start operating on Monet's left eye. Now, we won't be bringing you the operation in real time or going into any technical detail. However, the procedure actually took about an hour or so, and we really want you to see what happens and see for yourself the results afterwards. We think you'll be as amazed as we were. In a moment, you'll see the actual operation and the cataract itself after it has been removed.
Now we're still preparing the position of the eye before we make our incision into the eye, and from then on we'll see how we go.
Amazing. I never thought we'd ever be inside an operating theatre watching an actual operation.
So I've made an incision in the lateral corner of the eyelids.
Now, okay, my camera work may be a little shaky at times, but you'll notice Jeff's hands are rock steady. But he also told us doing 2 operations of this kind a day is about the limit due to the amount of concentration required. I can believe it.
Alright, I'm ready to make an incision now into the eye. This is a very sharp triangular blade that makes the incision at the point where the cornea meets the sclera. The first thing that I encountered when I made the incision was some firm gel which protruded through the incision, and this is called vitreous, and it comes from behind the lens. So it means the lens is definitely out of position as suspected, so it makes it a little more complicated. It certainly will affect the technique we use to remove the lens. One of the important aspects of eye surgery is that the more time spent in the eye, fiddling with the eye, the more the eye is going to react to that trauma. And so if we can be in and out of the eye quickly, so much the better. Now we're injecting a gel to maintain the shape of the eye while we're operating on it, and I'm going to just see how loose this lens is to see whether it's still attached at any points around the circle. The lens feels like a rock. Here it comes. It's like delivering a baby. There it is.
And there it is, the cause of Monet's blindness. Amazing to think such a small object could be so inhibiting.
All delivered. See the lens here? It's quite hard.
That's the cataract?
That's the cataract. It's the whole lens delivered. There it is. You can feel it later, Brian. You can grab it and Kylie will give it to you to hold. Now I'm going to start suturing him up. This is very fine suture material. You can see the size of the needle.
This really is incredible. Such fine work. Look at the size of that needle. He'd probably be good at darning socks too. Yeah, I bet he hasn't heard that one before.
I know this dog is going to be able to see out of this eye from the results so far, so I'm very happy with this.
Now all that remains to be done is to repeat the procedure on the other eye.
Old dogs get hard old cataracts, and people do wait a long time sometimes before they have these cataracts attended to. Cataracts should be removed when they're young and soft. The older the cataract, the harder it's going to be, and the more difficult removal surgery becomes quite often. Cataracts can cause trouble in themselves in as much as they can leak protein, and the protein will lead to inflammation in the eye, and this inflammation is painful and can lead to further complications such as the pressure going up in the eye. That's called glaucoma, and that can be painful and devastating for vision.
I can see clearly now. The rain has gone.
Oh, not the rain, the cataracts are gone. Yay! Our darling Monet has had good news. the cataracts are gone and the retinas are cool, and Jeff says he can see.
Actually, we've got a little bit of audio from the latest update, so just have a listen to this and hear what our ophthalmologist, Jeff Smith, the veterinary surgeon, says.
Well, okay, it's been a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks, and the eyes are great.
So the mucus that he has here, this mucus discharge.
That's because I haven't wiped them today.
No, that's fine. It's good that I see that. But you need to know that that's normal. He's got it in both eyes, and it's a normal, friendly discharge. The eyes are a bit inflamed. You can see they're quite red still. And that's normal after surgery. Now I'm going to have a look at the eyes, and
we should have been running him because he's manoeuvring around obstacles, definitely seeing. I mean, very, very happy.
Okay, I can see the back of his eyes really clearly now, and they're lovely. Everything's going really well. So the colour's all right.
Good.
Got a nice colour around the boot there.
So there we go, it's official, he can see. I wonder what Monet is thinking.
Actually, I think he's thinking, I nearly got him that time now that I can see, because he is just a little bit like, hello, what are you doing playing around my face?
There was a little bit of a snappy moment there. But,
hey, just hello, who's this strange person? Hey, if I'd been not able to see for a long time and suddenly people are poking around my face, I'd probably try and bite them too.
Exactly. What I've really noticed is when he's walking around here, around the house, it's like, oh, that's where that thing is. Oh, that's where I used to bump in. Oh, there's a biche on there. Get out of there. That's my kennel. Thank you very much.
He's taken over this. I got to tell you, if you've ever thought, should you ever get cataracts removed? Does it matter for dogs? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Monet is like the dog he used to be. He has his personality back. He was half the dog he used to be. He was not sad, but just really sort of quiet and sort of very careful and sort of, very nervous about things. Now, he's having fun. We're playing chasey games, hide and seek.
The hide and seek things are great because that was a game that he just loved to play. Our older dog Cosmo used to love to play that too. But
I think you taught him.
Dogs do like to play hide and seek, and there's this kind of little dance before dinner, and we just call it the dunk-a-dunk-a-dunk-a-dunk-a-dunk dance. And even though dogs can use their nose and they can get around, life is a lot better with the eyes being able to see. So we're over the moon with everything that people at Animal Referral Hospital have done, particularly Jeff Smith and
Kylie.
I was just going to say his right-hand girl, Kylie.
And the lovely Troy and all the other nurses and vets.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I can't speak highly enough of them.